Okay, so here we are in regular geometry again. This is unit 4, or question number 62. Solve each equation to find the value of x. Leave your answers in decimal form to the thousandth place. So we got a variety of different problems here. Let's see. This first one here, we're going to cross multiply to solve it out. So we have 3.2x squared equals 7.5x. So let's cross multiply, right? 3.2x squared equals 7.5x. I'm going to divide both sides by x, which means this one disappears, and this one just turns into an x. So 3.2x equals 7.5, which means x equals whatever 7.5 divided by 3.2 is, and 7.5 divided by 3.2 is 2.344, rounding to the thousandth place there. So there's that one. Next one, let's distribute, combine like terms, go from there. So we have 4x minus 8 plus negative 3x plus 12 equals negative equal sign equals negative 2x plus 6. So we combine like terms here. So 4x minus 3x, that's just x. And then negative 8 plus 12 is positive 4. So x plus 4 equals negative 2x plus 6. But personal preference here, doesn't matter if we want to move the variables to the left side or the right side. I'm going to move the x's to the left and the numbers to the right. So I'm going to add 2x to the left side. So that becomes 3x. I'm going to subtract 4 to the other side, which becomes 2. So x equals 2/3. If we want to turn that into a decimal, that's 0.66. 0.6 repeating, rather, it's like 0.667 to round how they want it. Okay, this next one here, this looks like a quadratic. So we have 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 equals 0. So if we see a quadratic, the first thing we tend to do is see if it factors. And if it doesn't factor, then we got to use the quadratic formula. So let's see if it factors first. So we'll make a little box here, a box and diamond thing. So we got 2x squared minus 15. Those multiply together to give negative 30, and then this is 7. So now we want factors of negative 30 that will give us 7. Well, how about 10 minus 3? 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay. So let's put in a plus 10 there. Let's put in a minus 3 there. So x is, by the way. And then let's factor out. So to factor out across here, let's see, these have an x in common. Let's see, those have a 5 in common. These have a 2x in common. And these have a negative 3 in common. So it looks like our factors are 2x minus 3 and x plus 5. And let's just double check it to make sure those factors look good. 2x times x is 2x squared, check. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15, check. And then we have 10x minus 3x, which is 7x, looks good. So each of those factors are set equal to 0. So we have 2x minus 3 could possibly equal 0, or x plus 5 could equal 0. So this one solving out is pretty straightforward. X equals negative 5. And then this one, x equals 3 halves, right? Add 3 to the other side, divide by 2, so x equals 3 halves. Or 1 and 1 half. So 3 halves are 1.5 for that one, part C. And part D, I'm going to leave a lot of room here. So let's rewrite part D up here. So 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. So the first thing I did is I just moved that 1 to the other side, because if it's quadratic, I want to get that quadratic set equal to 0, because then we can try and factor it or do other stuff from there. Okay, so again, it's quadratic. Let's see the factors. If not, we'll have to resort to the quadratic formula. So there's 3x squared and plus 1, yeah. So it's going to give us 3x squared there, minus 2x. So let's see, things that will multiply with 3 but give us negative 2. Now, the only factors of 3 are 3 and 1. And 3 plus 1 is not going to be 4, and then if it's negative 3 and negative 1, it's going to be, that's not going to work. So this is not going to factor. So we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. Okay, so the quadratic formula is negative b, right up here, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And so I'm just going to plug these numbers in, right? That's our value of a, that's our value of b, that's our value of c. So plug them in. Negative b is negative 2, so it's actually positive 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So we start to simplify this. We get 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared is 4. This one's not going to work out nice at all, is it? Looks like we're going to have a negative there. Let's see. Okay, so negative 2 squared is 4 minus 4 times a times c is 4 times 3 times 1, which is 12. All over 3 times 2, which is 6. So we end up with this situation where we have 2 plus or minus, so 4 minus 12 is negative 8 all over 6. And we get to the situation where we have a square root of a negative number. And we can't do that, unfortunately, yet. We haven't learned about the imaginary unit or complex numbers. So, as far as we're able to do right now in math, we're stuck. We can't take the square root of a negative number. This particular solution has no real solutions. It has complex solutions because the square root is negative, but it has no real solutions to that quadratic. So this is like a quadratic that would not touch the x-axis. It would be either opening up above it or opening down below it, but it doesn't cross the x-axis to make any of those solutions real. So if you ever encounter that situation, as far as we're able to do, we're stuck. You can't go anywhere from there. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave one. Otherwise, you're always open to like, subscribe, or share, wherever it is.